Good evening.
Which one?
There's nobody in front of you.
I'm fine.
Good evening. And welcome to the spring 1997 Collins High School graduation ceremony. My name is Marcy Poland. I'm the principal at Collins High School. And I would like to thank you, parents, family, and friends, for being here tonight to join us in celebrating the accomplishments of this outstanding group of high school graduates. During this past school year, my first at Collins, of many, I hope, I have been consistently and pleasantly amazed at the hard work and determination of these young people sitting here tonight. We have graduates here tonight who have completed high school ahead of schedule by 1 and even 2 years. We have graduates here tonight who have been working full-time for the last year or longer. We have graduates here tonight who are parents of either an infant or a toddler. And we have some graduates here tonight who are here in spite of some of the predictions that were made about them in the past. I offer my sincerest congratulations to you graduates, and I encourage you to approach your next and future endeavors with the same commitment and determination you have just shown. Before we move on, I would ask the Collins staff to please stand up.
You bet.
It has been an honor and a privilege for me to work with and get to know this group of educators this year. As a team, their dedication, guidance, and support has contributed to the education and success of every graduate here tonight. Thank you very much. Our first speaker this evening is a teacher who has been at Collins High School since its very beginning. In spite of the ongoing tradition that the new staff person is always elected to speak at graduation, this person has never actually given an official speech. He has graciously volunteered to say a few words to us this evening. I would like to introduce Mr. Rich Brumbaugh.
Okay, I'm done now. That's all we're going to get. Actually, there was no graciously about it. I knew that if I didn't volunteer, sooner or later I would have been ripped so bad that I would have had to do it about 4 years in a row. So I figured I'd get it out of the way now. But I have to be honest, it's a special group to me. And in my 7 or 8 years at Collins High School, I've not seen such a well-rounded group as we have right here. I've been fortunate to have most of this group, and I'm going to be talking to them, so it's weird looking at you guys, but I'm actually talking to them. But I've been fortunate to have most of you in a class for two or a class or two, and I thank you for the opportunity to get to know you. As you can tell, I got to know some of these people very, very well. And it's very special to be up here. You're a very versatile group that has a tremendous amount of similarities as well as differences. Which makes each one of you unique individuals is your abilities, your desires, and your needs. Some of you have the abilities up in this group to change edges. Some of you have the abilities to change minds. Your desires, some of you have a desire to own your own business. Others have a need to give direction, as I have found out over the last several months. Not always where I'd like to go, but I am sure that it was well intended. But of course, every one of these graduates all need love from their family and friends. And other than that need for love, each one of you young people, I'm certain, have two similar conflicting feelings as you sit up here. The first one is enthusiasm. You're excited to be done with this portion of the journey. And well, you should be. You should be proud of yourself. You've worked very, very hard. And you put a lot of effort and work into graduating. The second feeling you have right now, I'm sure, is apprehension. It's that feeling that's in the pit of your stomach, that's churning and burning and saying, now what? What's up next? That's a question only you guys can answer. But I can suggest several things that I hope, as you move on with your life, will help you out a little bit. The first suggestion is to have faith. You need to have faith in the world in which you live. Either the faith to live within it, or the faith to be able to change it. And secondly, and most importantly, you must have faith in yourself. Most of you guys know if you don't have faith in yourself, it's not going to happen. You got to believe in yourself, because you're the only people that it matters to. Believe in yourself, and only you control your destiny. The second suggestion I have is to have perseverance. All of you up here tonight had to defeat various obstacles in order to graduate. You overcame these obstacles by having perseverance. You will need to continue with that attitude throughout your life. You cannot be a winner in this world by quitting. Not if, but when more obstacles are put in your way in the future. Defeat them with faith and perseverance. You'll have many decisions in the near future. Some of those decisions will have great effect on your life. You can ask friends and family for advice, but the final decision is yours. When you're met with those tough choices, my third and final suggestion is to follow your heart. Listen to what your instincts are telling you, and more often than not, they will steer you in the right direction. Follow your heart, have faith, and persevere. On a final note, this is going to be the toughest part. You guys are, as you well know, most of you people realize we are a family at Collins High School. And we need to continue that family. The growth is into its 7th, 8th year now. We're starting to ask for graduates to come back and help us. We need it. But I got to be honest with you. We can't do it if you're not there. I'm not going to get up here and preach to you. I haven't done it for 4, 5, 7 years. But you guys, I want to see you guys back. I have too damn many trees. I have too many flower beds. I have too many sad pictures up on my picture board downstairs. I want to see you guys again because I love you guys very much, and so does the staff here at Collins High School. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the June 1997. I graduated in 77. A little flashback, I'm sorry. And the clothes have really changed, though, I gotta admit. Let me start that again. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the June 1997 graduating class of Collins High School. Now to give out some special awards is our wonderful new librarian this year, Joan Rip.
Every year, the Buckley Log Show donates $500 to Collins High School, and we give $250 scholarships to 2 students. The main reason being we have a January graduation and a June graduation. And I would like to introduce John Simmons from the Buckley Log Show to present the scholarship awards tonight.
Before I get started, I want to thank the Collins School for inviting us here tonight. I got to admit, I got a little bit of a tear out here watching this happen. all these beautiful young men and women up here did something that I failed to do. And had Collins been around back in 1976, it might have been different. So to all of you tonight, I want to congratulate all of you. And now for the awards. This year's awards for tonight, Christine Thurman. And for the person that graduated back in January of '97, Ed McCord. I understand he's not here tonight, but he will get his scholarship, and I want to thank the committee again for inviting us, and I'm going to see if we can't do a little bit more next year.
Let me tell you that that was a tough decision because we had some awesome applicants, and congratulations, Christina, and to Ed, because I know they will go to a good use. And our school community is part of a larger community. We are fortunate to have a group that recognizes potential in our students, and it is with honor that I award the Buckley Lock Show for their contributions to deserving students. These scholarships are an added boost to our future community leaders. On behalf of the staff, administration of Enumclaw, Sumner, and White River, we present this year's Outstanding Community Award to the Buckley Log Show.
Again, I want to thank the Collins School for inviting us here tonight, and again, congratulations to all you young men and women. Good luck in life. Thank you.
At every Collins graduation, the opportunity is provided for our graduates to say a few words. Several have volunteered to speak this evening. I would like to introduce our first student speaker, Melinda Kaplis.
Well, here we are, another proud graduating class of Collins High School. Throughout the year, we have been called losers, drug addicts, and many other names. People have said that we will never make it in the world and will end up as nothing more than a burden to society. What we are, though, is individuals. We make our own choices and our own futures. If all our decisions are as good as the one we made in coming to Collins, you are looking at what will be the most successful generation in our community. At Collins, we have not only learned academic education, we have also learned respect and responsibility. At no normal high school will you find the dedication and love that the staff at Collins has shown us. They have supported us in each of our individual goals and taught us to take action for ourselves. Through our own hard work and motivation, we stand here before you, ready to take our place as the new leading generation. And to those individuals who have supported us in our goals, thank you. I forgot, and the next speaker is Ashley Wiggins.
Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. My name is Ashley Wiggins, and I am an individual at Collins High School. Not only am I an individual, I am a member of a family. I have graduated with the help and support and love of many student and staff members. There's been times that I've slipped, screwed up, and hey, they've been there for me. They've straightened it out for me. You know, I want to thank Pat. He was my teacher. He was great. He was more of a friend. He was just always there. And it means a lot to me and all these graduates on stage because As we stand here tonight, we are graduating. We are the success of Collins High School. We are a member of a family that will always be there and will always care about each other. And we may be saying goodbye right now, but we're going to be back, and we're going to be big. So thank you for everything. The next speaker is going to be Brooke Emery.
Well, boy, this is a big crowd. I didn't really plan a speech tonight, but that's okay. I wanted to thank everybody for everything they've done for me and the opportunity I've been given. I don't think I could have done this on my own. This is a moment of self-worth for me, and I know it's a moment for everyone here. It's so amazing to be part of something so wonderful as a class of 97 and all these people sitting here. And I'm hoping that the future is just going to be as great as it has been these past 2 years I've been at Collins. I want to thank the staff for their kind support, not only through academics, but through life. Thanks to RB, who's been my teacher, my mentor, and thanks to my family and friends. And I think that's all I have to say tonight. But I want to thank everyone here, and you guys too. And the next speaker is Heather Morgan.
Hi, I've been at Collins for 2 years, and the road that I have traveled to get here was long and winding. The shoes I walked in sometimes felt so tight that I could break out of them and run away. It took a long time to figure out that the only person who could make me successful is myself. With a little help from Collins High School, I had a chance to figure that out. I would like to let my family know that I love them very much. I thank my parents deeply and appreciate everything they have done for me. To the staff, thank you to Chris Knight, who's been my teacher for 2 years and who's given me tons of second chances. And if it wasn't for him and Marcy and Cheryl, I would be standing up here right now. Thank you to Roberta and Cindy. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Thanks for taking such good care of Bradley and calling me when he got really sick that day. I love you guys a lot. And thanks, Joan, for being my shoulder to cry on. And I just want everybody here to know that I'm very proud to be a Collins High School student. Pat myself on the back because I'm stoked I'm graduating tonight. The next speaker tonight is going to be Amanda Lamb. Okay, I don't really have a speech, I have sort of a story. In 1957, in Bangkok, Thailand, the Buddhist monks there had to move one of their temples to make way for progress. In this particular temple, there was a 10-foot tall, somewhat ugly clay Buddha. The monk that was in charge with the moving of the Buddha assembled his work crew, and they hoisted the Buddha up and started to move it. Shortly after they started, the Buddha had cracked. The monk excitedly ordered the crew to set it down immediately. While they were trying to decide what to do, it started to rain. Seeing as how it was getting dark, they decided to throw a tarp over the Buddha and come back for it in the morning. Unable to sleep, the distressed monk in charge got a flashlight and went to check on the Buddha. When he lifted the tarp and shined the light on the Buddha, something had shown back. Curious, the monk went and got a screwdriver and started to pick away at the clay Buddha. After several hours, the monk was standing in front of a 10-foot tall, solid gold Buddha. It turns out that 200 years before, the Burmese
200 years before, the Burmese were intent on invading Thailand. As the Burmese invaders approached the temple, the monks there covered the Buddha with clay so that the Burmese wouldn't take it to melt it down. When the Burmese army got to the temple, they killed all the monks, leaving no one to reveal the secret of the Buddha. Now I believe that inside all of us, there was a golden Buddha. We all have the choice of sitting around and letting life go by, not taking action, not moving, much like the clay Buddha did 200 years ago. Or we can take action, revealing our golden Buddha, getting the most of our lives, giving the most of our lives. The adversity I have faced has helped me to realize that the wiser path is to take action, to face the responsibility and to accept it. I implore my classmates, don't be a clay Buddha. Let your golden Buddha out, and always remember, if it's the there are some things I'd like to thank. First of all, the girls in the daycare. Without a daycare, I would have never been able to go to school with my daughter. Thank you so much. You guys were so nice. I'd also like to thank my parents. There's no way I could have ever raised a child without them. And thank you guys so much. Another person I'd like to thank is myself. I could have never done it without myself. Casey Lowry is the next speaker.
Good evening. I stand up here on the stage like I have 1,000 times before, and it's nice and beautiful as always. But I often wonder what changes a person's attitude from success to failure, and from failure to success, vice versa. But although one person's success is another's failure, and vice versa, I have succeeded. For me and for me only, but fortunately I did not have to do it alone. And the gratitudes and thank yous I have are just endless. But among them, I like to thank my mom for her strength and influence and showing me the way, and all my family, my dad, my sisters, my aunts and uncles, and nieces and nephews, and everybody who's helped me. You know who you are. All my friends, and those of Fathom, Joshua and Jay and Bill, and all the fans that support us, because without you we wouldn't be. But most of all, I'd like to thank myself, because without that I am no one. Thank you. Christina Thurman's next. Our speaker.
Thank you. As we say goodbye to Collins High School tonight, we realize that our quest for knowledge does not end here, but this is only the beginning of a lifetime of learning. Some of us may choose to continue our education through college. Others of us may not. But no matter which road we choose to follow, each of us will still learn, through experience, new things about this world. As we acquire new skills through our career choices, explore paths that others have taken, and find, through study, paths of our own. And so, my fellow graduates, I wish for you a lifetime of knowledge and happiness. I would also like to say thank you to all of those whose love and support has enabled me to stand before you tonight. To the Collins High School staff, you always have a special place in my heart. Your support and understanding will never be forgotten. To Kara Wells Reed and my family, who have always believed in my success, even when I've doubted myself. I'd also like to thank RB, who you can count on in 10 years. I will be his boss. Just wait and see. And also to the Buckley Log Show, thank you so much for giving me the chance to continue my education. Thank you. And I'm probably the only person who won't forget this, but our next speaker is Vanessa Abrusci.
I can't forget because I'm the last one. I originally was going to come up here and thank myself, but there are far too many people to thank that I would be missing them. I'll go on with my speech. This night is extra special to me for various reasons. I'm thinking of what society has labeled normal school and all the barriers that block me from gaining success at my previous high school. Although I'm very thankful that the Collins High School program is in existence. Though a few highly recognized teachers tried persuading me, explaining that I would not graduate by transferring to Collins High School. Some said I could end up pregnant or on welfare. This may have discouraged any other unstable teenager, but I rose up and achieved the goal that I set for myself. Though I dropped out of school for a year, I'm graduating on time with one of the greatest classes yet. I'd like to share a section with my life, if you'd let me, just for tonight. My father was stationed about 18 years ago in California, and my parents met when they were down there. They had me, although my dad was originally from Long Island, New York, and separated as things happen in life. I visited him every year for the summer, since my mom was writing my addresses on my belly in pen. They're all here, though. They haven't been here in 15 years. The Collins High School staff was extremely helpful in my journey. Within the curriculum, I found abilities that never saw daylight in other public schools. Barely getting C's and D's to pass, average they call it. At Collins, I have more A's than other grades. My mother's paying a lot of cash. Hey, Arby, you're cutting the bread. He's been hassling me the last few grades. These teachers and assistants have shown light upon a previously gray future. I found pride within myself for school and also with all the people in it. I talk to all kinds of people and try not to discriminate against others, although I make them laugh at hideous jokes. I'm constantly bumming out cigarettes and people don't have them. I would specifically like to thank Rich Brumbaugh for opening my mind and his heart as a friend in many different situations. He's never been afraid to allow us women to do as the men. At one time, he referred to me as his best worker. Collins is going to have to find another horticulture lady. But I will miss the sense of family that Collins has instilled within me. I think they call it the umbilical cord syndrome. Only because they have highlighted the positive within me and everyone who attends Collins. It's a wonderful opportunity for those who can take advantage of this program. Many other people at Collins have touched me in some sort of way, and I appreciate all the laughs that we have shared and hope to come and visit and make more. This day is a door in which will close, but I shall open another door soon. High school ends here and my life begins. I look forward to the future with positive goals. I'm grateful that you all sat here through this immense speech. This is my time to make people squirm for an immense amount of times with needless facts and jokes, so it's all your guys' turn. If I'm missing anybody, I'm truly sorry, but you've all been a great piece in my life. I'd like to thank my mother, Mindy, and my father, Vinny, and my step-parents, Dick and Kathy, because they've always been there too, whether they've let or not. I appreciate everybody. My parental units are all still alive. They all came to the States, so we're okay for now. Let's give a large hand and a hats off to this beautiful class of 1997. And we're all clothed even. We're all clothed. Thank you for coming.
Graduates, thank you for your efforts, sharing your thoughts with us tonight. Thank you for wearing clothes. Well, I knew that, and I'm eternally grateful. We're laughing, but I was really sweating that one. Well, now we come to the part in our program that makes you pretty official. We would like to hand out diplomas, and I would now like to introduce Mr. Dale Almley, the White River School District Superintendent.
Greetings, graduates of 1997. This is always an emotional time. As we sit up here on the stage with you, our emotions also begin to flow. You are a tremendous group of young people, and we are extremely proud of you. Greetings, family and friends of the 1997 Collins High School graduating class. We're here to celebrate tonight the accomplishments of these outstanding young people. And if you have heard these young people address you, you can feel the tremendous accomplishments they have made. I'd like to introduce three special people who work with me in the White River School District. Three of our school board members are here tonight to honor and help celebrate with these young people. Mill Tremley, who is chair of the White River School Board. I know they're anxiously awaiting me to get on with this thing so they can get their diploma, but before we move on to presenting the diplomas, I would like to take 1 minute to praise the staff of the Collins High School. There's no doubt in my mind, without their dedication, their faith, their preservation, and their willingness to commit themselves to these young people, that the success would not be there. And these people are an outstanding group of educators. And in my experience in working with education, I don't think I have ever found a better group of educators who really have kids at their heart. And I think they do what's best for kids. So thank you, Collins High School staff. We appreciate everything you do. Now, let me go on with the presentation of the diplomas. Having met the requirements of the White River School District Board of Directors, the Enumclaw School District Board of Directors, and the Sumner School District Board of Directors, and the state requirements and the State Board of Education, it really gives me an honor tonight to first present the diplomas to the White River Collins High School students. And I'm going to ask Mill Tremley to step forth to help me with giving the diplomas to the young people. And I believe, Marcy, are you reading the names? And I will grab the diplomas and give to Mr. Tremley, who will give to the students. So at this point, let's get on with it.
Amy Lynn Adrian. Kylie Laurie Brennan. Heather Brianna Morgan. Ty Allen Parco. Jessica Jean Stadstad.
Congratulations to the White River Collins High School students. It gives me an honor at this time to introduce Dr. Don Eisman from the Sumner School District, who will present awards diplomas, not awards, diplomas to the Sumner High School students.
I would like to just mention the fact that I have attended every Collins graduation, with a couple of exceptions, but the one that remains in my mind most vividly is the very first one that took place when the very first graduate from Collins was a Sumner High School student. And I don't believe there was a dry eye in the audience that afternoon, and I still feel that same sense of emotion when I come. Sumner High School graduation is tomorrow night. Frankly, I have to tell you this, I won't say this tomorrow, but I really enjoy the Collins graduation. I would like to also, there are no school board members here from Sumner, but I'd like to introduce Patty Woodburn, who's our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction.
Vanessa Abrusci. Brooke Elizabeth Emery. Jamie Desiree Von Colt. Keely Marie Johnson. Melinda Deanne Kaplis. Casey Daniel Lowry. James Michael Stepnick. Christina Diane Thurman. Ashley Wiggins.
It gives me great pleasure now to introduce a colleague, a respected colleague of mine, Dr. Art Jarvis, who's the superintendent of the Enumclaw School District.
I too get to join one of the previous speakers. I don't have to remember to introduce anyone. It is an evening for saying thanks. I think I'd like to take a moment to say, as the newcomer, as the new Enumclaw superintendent, and this is my second college graduation, counting the one in January, thank you to the many predecessors, the superintendents and the school board members who had the foresight to create Collins School. It's such a wonderful opportunity to watch this evening that gift to the young people. I also want to add my thanks to Marcy and the entire Collins staff for the obvious gift that you have, that you gave to these young people. And my last comments would be to the graduates. I'm reminded of the definition of winners. Winners are those who find reasons to keep going when they're surrounded by barriers. I believe you epitomize the word winner. And I congratulate all of you on a wonderful, wonderful occasion. Congratulations. two of our school board members this evening are on the road in actually other parts of the country and weren't able to join us, but I would like to introduce, and I don't know where they are out there, Mrs. Lori Ann Taff and Mr. Mike Stinson.
Would you please stand?
Just a minute, please. What? Oh, Casey's changing places.